apologies from Councillor Rubner, who's away on a business trip. One other item that HAPTC have requested of councils now is that rather than note apologies for absence, that they be formally approved by the committees and the council. The reason being is it relates to the 6-month rule of absences for members. So you need to actually approve that you're accepting it as a legitimate reason for an apology. And Councillor Strack is substituting for Councillor Rubner.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, approved. So just a point of clarification, please, Madam Chair. So if an opposition councillor was on a business trip and the controlling group who have the majority on a committee decide that that's not a legitimate business to be an apology, could they then stop that opposition councillor from being down as an improper apology? I'm just asking for clarification on that.
No, I don't understand. I don't even understand. Can you explain it again, please,
Right.
what you're actually saying?
So,
Hang on.
so if we, the opposition, who only had 2 members, and obviously you have 3, had an opposition member, regardless of the party, who said, I won't be in attendance, I'm sending this out to you, and my reason for not attending is a business trip, and the controlling group said, well, that's not a legitimate reason. I'm not saying it isn't, by the way, I'm quite happy with the reason he's been given, but that means the controlling group could potentially influence the 6 months period.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying, Councillor, but I'm happy to
Yeah.
share with members of this committee the email I've received
I would
from
want to.
HAPTC requesting that we do things this way. I'm happy to ask them with regards to your question about a majority party deciding that a reason was not.
Please, I would like some clarification on that.
Just with permission of the chair, I presume that by approving apologies, it doesn't obviate the 6-month rule. Even if apologies are approved by the committee, if somebody doesn't turn up for 6 months, they can still be removed, regardless of whether it's apologies or not. The legislation hasn't changed.
That's right, but it does have an effect upon it in terms of councils, I think, coming to their decision about whether because you don't have to be excluded from the council if you're over 6 months. You can be sick or something like that. That's often the case, isn't it? I'm happy to share.
You can see my dilemma there, can you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, it's a legitimate question.
It shouldn't really be a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
So will you find out for us, you please?
I'll get some
Thank you,
clarification.
Richard. Okay, thank you. Declarations of interest. To receive declarations of interest from councillors on items on the agenda. Receive written requests of dispensations for declarable interests and grant any requests for dispensation as appropriate. Anybody?
No, nothing.
No, thank you. Okay, we've come to the public. We're not doing. Are we doing?
Do you want to? I thought at this point you mentioned, Madam Chairman, that you wanted to go to part 2 in order to allow one item to be considered before that point. So, do you want to agree to move to part 2?
It's not.
It's excluded sessions.
Okay, excluded sessions.
Old habits die hard.
Okay.
Happy with that?
Yeah, I'm very happy with